Last episode, we started on what will most likely be the biggest build in my current Minecraft survival journey. And with big builds come big requirements, and in this episode, I am to take on solving one of those requirements. So let's get started. There weren't a lot of resources to gather as I already had everything lying around, so I made sure I grabbed all the right materials and headed to the nether roof. Once at the location, I placed down some scaffolding for the AFK spot later on, and then gathered up the right supplies to start blasting a hole in the bedrock. But there was one particular problem with this. I forgot to make sure I had the right coordinates for the bedrock hole, and as a result, I was faced with layers of bedrock to break and limited supplies. And with the one brain cell I had, I decided it was best to just break the extra blocks of bedrock, and so I continued blasting away. As you can see, I only had 2 more pieces of TNT and decided to stop trying to blast a hole in this area, and flew back towards base, where I then took the tunnel I had made earlier in the season to find the correct coordinates for the bedrock hole. So with the correct coordinates written down, I went back to base, took a quick nap, crafted up some more TNT, and then flew all the way back to the location of our soon-to-be farm. And with a flick of a lever, a new hole in the bedrock was made, and my second brain cell was found. Now, with the clearly very unplanned portion of this farm done, it was time to head down to the nether fortress, where if you haven't already figured it out, I would begin building a wither skeleton farm. Placing all the materials down, it was time to start the first part of the farm, the killing chamber. With the base of the killing chamber done, it was time to gather the 16 dogs which would be killing the wither skeletons for us. Of course, I immediately found some cute little foxes running around. Finally finding the first 2 wolves, I began the process of breeding them, looking for more wolves and eventually transporting them into the nether. With all the dogs in place, I closed up the killing chamber, dug out a larger room, and set up the storage system that this farm would use. Skipping over some minor fixes and details, the killing chamber and storage system was all done, and it was time to set up the spawning platform. With the spawning platform done, the farm was technically complete. The next step was to start spawn-proofing the surrounding area. But before I started spawn-proofing, I wanted to make a new hole in the bedrock, giving everyone easier access to a ladder that would lead directly down to the storage system from the AFK platform. Once I had the bedrock blasted away, I built up to the AFK spot, placed the glass block everyone would need to stand on, and set up a despawn boundary using mini HUD, which would give me the exact area I would need to spawn-proof. And now it was time to start the most boring and time-consuming thing you could ever do in Minecraft. So, to save your souls from the boredom I had to suffer, let's skip ahead a bit and summarize hours of work. Just like that, all the spawn proofing was complete, meaning it was time to test out the farm for the first time at full capacity. With the farm running well up top, I went to the storage room, making sure that everything was working properly. At this point, I realized some of the dogs were hit by the falling skeletons, so I went to investigate, and I wasn't quite sure what went wrong. After some creative testing, I quickly transported some new dogs back into the chamber, left some extra by the storage system just in case I needed more in the future, and changed out the carpet for trapdoors over the hoppers, though I forgot to record this final bit. I decided to run the farm one last time to make sure no new problems occurred. Once done AFKing, I grabbed what skulls I could and headed back to base where I grabbed some soul sand before heading over to the end. And there is no better way to end an episode all about wither skeletons than by killing 11 withers, so that's what I did. Once all the skulls were gone and we had 11 nether stars, I went back to base, where I grabbed the 5 other stars I had and crafted up 16 beacons before puking them all up into the air. That being said, I am super excited to use the rest of these beacons in the build, but this is all the time we have for today in this episode. So if you guys did enjoy the video, consider leaving a big fat thumbs up for me, subscribe if you're brand new and want to see more episodes in the future, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.